Funny story. Once my friend and I were going to another friend's house and it was getting late for Asr time. So we stopped at a gas station to pray. And here we are, we parked our car, we stopped by their side, there was no one around, we started praying. And we went sujood and then someone tapped me on the shoulder. So I kind of got startled and we both got up, but we continued praying. So I don't know what he did, but all I saw was him sprinting away into the distance, and we never heard from him again. Another incident where I was at college, and like so many times, there was time for prayer was running out, and I started praying in this isolated hallway. Someone just showed up and opened the door. It was a narrow hallway. He tried to pass me, but again, he couldn't do anything, so he just walked off, and I continued praying.
So one time I had to pray in the parking lot at work, and it was a full parking lot. There were cars everywhere. There wasn't an empty spot that I could pray in. So I just thought, let me just pray between two random cars. I'm sure probability-wise nobody's going to come and try to get into their car. Wrong. Someone showed up. I was right next to their driver door. I stepped forward a little bit so they can get into their car. I was kind of nervous because it looks bad, like I'm standing there. I'm not trying to get into a car. I was crouching, now I'm standing. But it was okay. They just, the couple didn't say anything to me. They just got into their car. I moved away a little bit. They started it and they drove off. So MJK, when you were praying in public at the gas station, what would you have done differently?
I think I would have got a more isolated corner. I think I was too close to the gas station itself.
Okay.
And I think it's best to take your car towards the back of the gas station, park your car, and actually pray behind it instead of right beside the gas station itself where there's a lot of traffic. I could have also asked the gas station owner if I could use that space to pray outside.
You know, if the owner is a Muslim, and a lot of them are, they probably have their own little prayer area in the gas station they might offer for you.
That's true. I didn't think about it. Basically, the point is don't feel shy. There's a lot of people who are accommodating, whether they're Muslim or not, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, in my experiences, praying in public, I've never been harassed. I've never been assaulted. I know a lot of people are afraid of that happening, but if you just take some common sense measures, you stay away from high volume foot traffic areas, you find a relatively secluded spot. There's really a lot of ways to work around it, and it's not like you're gonna say Takbir, Allahu Akbar, Sami Allahu liman hamida,
Exactly.
and make a big ruckus and cause a lot of people to wonder, what are you up to, what are you doing? Most people will have no idea what you're doing, and if you look like a decent person, they're just gonna keep walking. They have things to do, places to get to.
Exactly. You mentioned the airport. I know I don't have a lot of experience in praying at the airport. Do you have any stories or incidents?
Yeah,
that
so
at the airport
you know, in a lot of airports, they have chapels, and I think more Muslims use those chapels than non-Muslims. So the chapel is really a great place to go to and pray. Very accommodating. There's almost always a sajjad or msalliya, a prayer rug. There's mushafs. There's no images or statues in the chapel. They try to make it as neutral as possible in case that's an issue for anybody. And it's very convenient. So MJK, praying in the hallway on campus, why'd you do that? I would never do that.
So first off, praying in the hallway, not a good idea in general, right? The only reason I did pray in that hallway in particular because I knew no one else goes there. One of the big mistakes I made was I was pretty close to the door. So when I started praying there, and the person who entered the hallway had no place to pass. So, I mean, lessons learned from praying on campus or anywhere in an office environment. Don't try to do hallways. Generally not a good idea. You will find an isolated room either on campus, even at work.
You know, another common place I pray in, staircases. Very few people use the stairs, right? Especially during work hours, like not when people are coming in or leaving to go home. During the day, during work hours, like after lunch especially,
Right.
like 2, 3 p.m., you want to pray dhuhr, get in the staircase.
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Yeah.
It's kind of dusty, but it's fine. You know, you go and you pray, then you wash yourself. But if it's at a place at work, and that's really your regular place of prayer, bring your prayer rug with you. So that being said, as safe as it has been for us praying in public, because of the precautions we've taken, it's also good to remind ourselves that Islamophobia does exist, it is real, and there are incidents where people have been harassed or assaulted for wearing hijab or displaying any form of their Islamicness in public. So just be mindful of your situation and your surroundings all the time, not just while you're praying. It's not enough of an excuse to prevent you from praying in public. I think we live in a very safe, generally speaking, environment and a clean environment where there are so many options to pray on time in public, whether people in front of people who can't see you or not.
In conclusion,
Yeah.
ignore everything I said before this. Pray at home.
I